ADHD is a rock band. Maddie is an illustrator, Sneh is a photographer, and Max is a graphic designer. I sat down with these artists to find out what their story was and to see how Hersey's helped them along their path to success.
Honestly, it kind of has been like my whole life, just because like I like always had access to this kind of stuff in like elementary school too. Like I just really loved art class, and then it's just kind of stayed that way the whole time.
I decided to pick up the trumpet in 5th grade when we were starting band, just because I listened to a lot of like Louis Armstrong and Miles Davis that my parents were playing around the house. And then with the bass, when the band was starting, there was no bass player, so I just kind of got wrangled into it, and thankfully I was able to teach myself very quickly and picked it up and really love it.
Really, it started out of jealousy, I would say. I was clumsy as a kid, and my parents would never let me use like the point-and-shoot camera on vacations. So prior to taking photo one sophomore year, the only thing I didn't really know much about photography.
I was originally introduced to the Adobe Creative Suite in summer, I think it was the summer before freshman year. And I was originally interested in like painting and like concept art. So I got myself a drawing tablet, I got Photoshop. I also got my hands on Adobe Illustrator. So after I figured out that I couldn't paint, I tried working on Illustrator a little bit, and like I had no idea what the program was for or anything, but it just kind of like clicked with me. And I realized from there that, oh, this is graphic design, this is like logos, iconography, that kind of stuff. And it just kind of went from there. I've really enjoyed it since.
I started to really play music that like I would listen to rather than just playing band. That's when I really started to take off with music. When I started playing stuff that I enjoyed, I was like, hey, this isn't so bad. It's not a chore. It's something that I can have fun with and something that I would choose to do.
Doing photography using film is a more hands-on experience as opposed to people think photography is all digital, it's all Photoshop, like Adobe Suite. Actually manipulating photographs in the darkroom and going through the chemical process in order to get those photos to develop was really cool, and I think that's what got me to take photo 2 and beyond.
So like my whole concentration for the AP art class, I'm doing like portraits of people that I know and like scenes that I think depict like an emotion that I think represents them. I mean, I've been doing it since I was little, but I didn't like actually start practicing like I do now until like probably 7th grade. I thought I was like okay at art, and then like actually taking a class where like it was like slow down and like take your time and just look at what you're actually drawing and like draw more from life. I think that really helped.
We also spend a lot of time writing, and we're really trying to refine our skills in that, and as we come along we are finishing more and more, and we're really getting the ball rolling with that. We're really excited to take that into this summer. We're going to probably be releasing some like EPs, album kind of stuff, and we're even going to be performing our first original song that we finished at graduation.
I really took a liking to designing shirts, so I got an account on this website called Design by Humans, and you can just upload designs freely from there. I've done ski and board club t-shirts, the HTV logo, the A Soldier's Journey Home shirt, and we recently hosted a concert band festival this year, and I was able to do the shirts and the pamphlet designs for that. This shirt right here sold out within the first day of the festival. NVIDIA was hosting a shirt design contest a while back, and all of the profits would go to charity. So I designed and submitted a shirt, and it ended up placing and being the design that they went with. Once it was available online, it sold like 500 copies, and that made like over $11,000, so $11,000 to charity.
Sophomore year, BBC released a documentary called India's Daughter, and it was about the epidemic of rape in India, but it delved deeper into the socioeconomic status of women and how they're underappreciated and abused in Indian society. And I knew it was happening, but the documentary really got me wondering, and I was appalled. And so I'm like, okay, I have to do something about this, because not a lot of people knew that the documentary was out, and not a lot of people knew it was an issue to begin with. So I made an image called India's Daughter, where it was my friend Brenda Oman, and one of the huge symbols of the movement was a black scarf around the mouth to symbolize like forced silence, stuff like that. So in this very studio, I had her wear Indian garments, and I had that black sash around her mouth, and it was a very powerful picture. I think what really got me to appreciate photography more was recognizing it as a medium of communication. Photography is the only reason we have a perception as to what the rest of the world looks like, and photography is the only reason that we're able to almost empathize with struggles around the world, because otherwise we're just reading words. You don't really understand the severity of a chemical attack or an atomic bomb being dropped until you see pictures of it. If I were to make an image, a portrait, about a certain topic or controversy, it's cool in the sense that it would be a way for me to relay my opinion on it, and it would also throw off the viewer in a sense. It's not cut clear. My images, especially surrounding controversies, like right now I'm doing a series of images on the mesh between actual human bodies and how magazines portray them to look. People could see that I have an opinion on it, but they have to think about it for a while. They have to look at the picture, look at different parts of it to figure out what I actually mean by what I do.
This school has one of the best graphics departments within our district. Miller was the one who recommended me for the internship I'm working at now, so I leave 8th hour every day of the week and I go work at Graphic Alliance for 3 hours, so that's some really good experience.
From the beginning, not only did Hersey offer the tools I needed to photograph using film, because they gave us the cameras, they gave us the film, they gave us the chemicals we needed to develop the film, and they gave us the darkroom in order to enlarge prints. So they encompassed every part of black and white darkroom film photography.
I've been in a few of the Harper shows, and then a few shows down in the city. There's shows that Hersey reaches out to through the district. Mr.
Lane puts me in every possible photo show that the district does, whether it be the Harper photo show, there's the Arts Unlimited photo show. I recently got second place in a contest that I won $500 in scholarship money for.
Right now we're already scheduling a lot of battle of the bands that we're going to be performing at. One is a large battle of the bands pool for all Chicagoland area teens in Highland Park. We're going to be looking into doing ones at Frontier Days, as well as playing local, graduation parties, black parties, stuff like that, and probably exposure to other gigs at other events, and just a lot of stuff this summer. So if you follow us out on Facebook, you'll see all kinds of stuff that we're up to.
Between high school and college, I'm planning on taking a year off. As I've already mentioned, I'm working at this Graphic Alliance part-time, right? And my boss is really hoping I can work there full-time, or more than I am now, more than 10 hours a week.
I'd like to go to art school. I think that would be fun. But also, I just kind of want to try everything out.
Not majoring in photography, I'm majoring in physics, and I hope to minor in photography wherever I go.
I don't ever want it to stop, I guess.
Hersey's been very beneficial in helping me along my way on this career path.
For HTV News, this is Matt Short signing off.